Good morning, students. So after the exams are over now, we will start again our portions back. In the last class or the previous class, we discussed with the underwriting of the shares. Underwriting means what? It is a mediator or a middleman. Those shares that are not subscribed by the general public, that shares these people need to take it at a stretch, and then same thing it is to be doing like that. What is that? Firstly, if the minimum subscription is not to be taken by the general public, then in such a case, what need to do? The underwriter. Underwriting is the process. Underwriter is a person who took all those shares and make the minimum subscription for them. So we will look into the previous classes what all we, because after a long time back we met together. So we will look into it in detail, what all are there. So underwriting. What is underwriting? It is an agreement between the underwriter and the issuing company. So underwriting is an agreement between the underwriter and the issuing company, where the underwriter undertakes to take up the whole or a portion of the offered shares or debentures or any other. Maybe it is not a debenture, it is not a share also. Maybe some other securities or some other type of this thing. Okay, so other securities that is not to be subscribed by the public. Public subscription നടക്കാത്ത അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഓഫേർഡ് ഷെയർസ് അല്ലെ ഡിബഞ്ചേഴ്സ് അതിന്റെ ഒരു ഭാഗമോ അല്ലെ ഫുൾ ആയിട്ടോ, okay, whole or a portion of the offered shares or debentures or any other securities as may not be subscribed by the public. So that is underwriting. Then we see what are the guidelines or the provisions regarding underwriting, and who is an underwriter, and what is meant by sub underwriting, who is a broker, and underwriters versus brokers means what are the differences between underwriters and brokers. These all things we already discussed with in the previous classes. Just have a look at all these things just for brushing up your knowledge this one. And also, what are the two types of underwriting? Means on the basis of the number of shares, there are complete underwriting and partial underwriting. Complete underwriting means fully underwritten, while partial underwritten means it is only a part is to be underwritten. So that is on the basis of the number of shares and on the basis of the liability undertaken by the underwriter. That is open or pure underwriting and a firm underwriting. So these are the things we discussed in the previous classes. Then what are the differences between an open underwriting and a firm underwriting? That also we discussed in the previous classes. Then marked and unmarked. So marked application in the sense means those applications that are marked or put some symbol is there, that is the marked application. Put some symbol in the sense means official stamp should be put. That is the marked application, while unmarked application means nothing is to be put. അതായത് മിനിമം സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പബ്ലിക്കിന്റെ സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷന് എടുക്കാത്ത കേസ് ഇവരെടുക്കുന്നതാണല്ലോ എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അണ്ടർറൈറ്റിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ആ ഇതില് മാർക്ഡ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ, അതായത് സിമ്പിൾ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ, പുട്ട് ദ ഒഫീഷ്യൽ സ്റ്റാമ്പ് ഓഫ് ദ കമ്പനി. സോ ഇൻ സച്ച് എ കേസ്, if the stamp is put, it is all are marked application, and if the stamp is not put, that is unmarked application. And advantages of underwriting, that also we see. Then liabilities under different situation, where ഇതാണ് ഇതിനകത്ത് ഓർക്കേണ്ടത്. ഡിഫറെന്റ് പല സിറ്റുവേഷനിൽ, അതായത് ഒന്ന് when there is issue is fully underwritten without firm underwriting. Firm underwriting ഇല്ലാതെ fully, അതായത് whole thing underwrite ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ പ്രൊസീജിയർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ the gross liability should be calculated, or gross liability of each underwriter to be taken, and from that marked application to be deducted, and after that the unmarked application, divide the unmarked application between, divide the unmarked application between the underwriters in the given ratio and deduct the same from the balances obtained from the second step. So this is the which one when the issue is fully underwritten without firm underwriting. That is firm underwriting illade full ആയിട്ട് underwritten ചെയ്താൽ, that is the case with regard to the first one when the issue is fully underwritten. Then second is when the issue is fully underwritten with a firm underwriting. For first case without firm underwriting and the second case with the firm underwriting. So in such a case, gross liability to be taken and from that deduct the marked application excluding the underwriting from the gross liability, and also then what marked application to be unmarked application to be taken care. So that is total subscription excluding the firm underwriting less the marked application and unmarked application by the public, and from that the firm underwriting to be added, from with that the firm underwriting to be added and the total of marked application to be taken care, and divide the procedure in the first case. But two things, one is when the issue is fully underwritten without firm underwriting and when the issue is fully underwritten with the firm underwriting. അതാണ് രണ്ട് സ്റ്റെപ്പ്. ഇതുവരെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പ്രോബ്ലംസും ചെയ്ത് എക്സാമിന് മുമ്പ് നിർത്തിയത്. So today we are going to see what is a partial underwriting without firm underwriting. Partial underwriting. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞു complete underwriting is there, partial underwriting is there. ആദ്യത്തെ കേസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ fully underwritten, without firm underwriting and with firm underwriting. ഇനി complete underwritten without underwriting, firm underwriting and with firm underwriting that we see. ഇനി നമുക്ക് കാണാനുള്ളത് now we are going to see partial underwritten without a firm underwriting. So how it is that? In case of partial underwriting, the company is treated as having underwritten the remaining shares, means what? The unmarked application. So partial underwriting, company is treated as having underwritten the remaining shares. The unmarked applications are treated as marked, unmarked ne marked aaki consider cheyunu so far as the company is concerned, for which no credit is given to the underwriter. There should not be any credit given to the underwriter. So if partial underwriting is done by one underwriter, the determination of liability is very simple. That is, following steps are to be followed. One is calculate the gross liability as per the agreement. That is, as per the agreement, what is the gross liability? That is already given in the question. Then deduct the marked application and the balance is treated as net liability. So no credit is given to the underwriter for unmarked application. So ഇത് മറ്റേതിലും സിമ്പിൾ ആണ്. കാര്യം എന്താ ചെയ്യാനുള്ളൂ? ഗ്രോസ് ലയബിലിറ്റി എടുത്തിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്ന് മാർക്ഡ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഡിഡക്ട് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നെറ്റ് ലയബിലിറ്റി കിട്ടും. അതാണ് എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പാർഷ്യൽ അണ്ടർറൈറ്റിംഗ് വിത്തൗട്ട് ഫേം അണ്ടർറൈറ്റിംഗ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ X Limited issued 1 lakh equity shares of ₹10 each. So 1 lakh equity shares 10 each. Rajiv underwrites 80% of the total issue. So 80%, 1 ലക്ഷത്തിന്റെ 80% എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ 80,000. It's understood. So 1 lakh ന്റെ 80% എടുക്കുക. അതിൽ നിന്ന് applications are received for 70,000 shares. 70,000 ഷെയറിനെ എന്ത് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ളൂ? അണ്ടർറൈറ്റിംഗ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ള റൈറ്റ് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ളൂ. അതിൽ 60,000 വേർ മാർക്ഡ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ. അപ്പൊ നമ്മുടെ ഈ പ്രൊസീജിയറിനകത്ത് എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? ഗ്രോസ് ലയബിലിറ്റി എടുത്തിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്ന് മാർക്ഡ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഡിഡക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ വാട്ട് വി വിൽ ഗെറ്റ് ഇറ്റ്? നെറ്റ് ലയബിലിറ്റി. ഇതിന്റെ അത്ര ചെയ്യേണ്ടതുള്ളൂ ഇവിടെ. അപ്പൊ ഇത്ര ഓർക്കുക, ഗ്രോസ് ലയബിലിറ്റി ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് 80,000 ലെസ് marked application 60,000. So 20,000 is what? 20,000 എന്താണ്? 20,000 is the net liability. Clear? So this is the first question. Then another one, High Tech Limited incorporated on 1st January. So understood? Gross liability that is given in the question as 80% of the total issue. First, in the previous question, once again I am discussing with you. That is, 1 lakh is the total amount. Out of that, 80% is what? That is only for the underwriter. 80% underwriter ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ 1,00,000ന്റെ 80% 80,000. അതിൽ നിന്ന് both should be deducted. 70,000 underwriter എടുക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ. അതിൽ 60,000 marked application. ആ marked application എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം ഇവിടെ? That is to be deducted. Simple. That is the net liability. Clear? So this is partial underwritten without the firm underwriting. Then another question we will discuss it. High-Tech Limited, incorporated on 1st January 2015, issued a prospectus inviting the applications for 1 lakh equity shares. Okay, 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. Then the issue was partially underwritten by A, B, and C. അപ്പോൾ 3 കേസ് ഉണ്ട്. A, B, C. Underwriting, sub-underwritings ആണ്. Okay. So follows us 40%, 30%, and C as 20%. അപ്പോൾ 1,00,000ന്റെ 40% Aക്ക്. അപ്പോൾ 40,000. That is the gross liability. This is mentioning as the gross liability. Okay. Then B, how much it is? 30%. So it is 30,000, and C 20,000 because 20%. Then less mark the application. So after that, what is there in the question? Applications were received for 80,000 of each. Marked application were as follows: 35 for A, 26 for B, and 14 for C. So how much it is? 35,000, that is to be deducted from that. 5,000, then 30,000 is 26,000. So 4,000, and 20,000 is 14,000. So 6,000. See, this is the net liability. Clear? So this is the case with regard to which one? This is the case with regard to partial underwriting without firm underwriting. So how it is? Partial underwritten without firm underwriting. So in the practice problem, we will look into that. Is there any problem with regard to this? X Limited issued 10 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. 10 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. Then Rajiv underwrites 80% of the total issue. അപ്പോൾ 10,00,000ന്റെ 80% എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ 8,00,000. Isn't it? So 8 lakh. Gross liability it is 8 lakh. Isn't it? 80% of the 10 lakh. Total equity share. Total number of equity share in the 80% na parane. That is what? 8 lakh. Then applications are received for 6 lakh shares, out of which 5,50,000 only were marked application. So 5,50,000 ആണ് marked application. So that is to be deducted. So how much it is? 8 lakh, 10 lakhs, 80%, 8 lakhs, minus 5,50,000. So it is 2,50,000. See the answer. See, the answer is correct. Correct. 2,50,000 is the answer. So 8 lakh, 80% of the 10 lakh, that is what? The gross liability. Out of that, 6 lakh is the application received for underwriting. Out of that, 5,50,000 is what? marked application. That is to be deducted from that, and 2,50,000 is the net liability. Another question also, X Limited goes for public issue of 9,000 shares of ₹100 each. 6,000 of the shares are underwritten by A, B, and C in the proportion of A 1/2, B 1/3, and C 1/6. Applications were received for the shares, 5,000 shares of which marked application 1,800, B A is marked application 1,800, B is 1,200, and C is 500. So prepare a statement showing the liability of the underwriter. So out of the 9,000 shares, 6,000 are the underwriter. 6,000 underwriter. So C, A, B, and C. About 9,000 because 6,000 of the shares are underwritten by A in the proportion of 1/2, 1/3, and 1/6. So how it is to be 6,000 make gross liability. So 6,000 1/2. So 3 2s are 6. 3,000 for A, then 2,000 for B, and 1,000 for C. So here, how it is? 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000. See, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6. Less marked application. Marked application already given in the question as 1,800 for A, and B is 1,200, and for C it is 500. So, what is the net liability? So here 3,000, 1,800. So how much it is? 1,200. Then 2,000, 1,200. It is 800, and 1,000 the minus 500. This is the answer. Not this one. So then the answer in the question in the practice problem is wrong. Right answer is net liability. 3,000 is how it is. 6,000 1/2 of the share proportion. 6,000 1/3 of the share. Then C 1/6 of the share. So in such a case, 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000. Say 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6. Isn't it? So out of that, 5,000 marked application, 5,000 shares are there. Application were received, and out of that, in this way, 3,500 only which one marked application. So (6,000 minus 3,500), 2,500. See, this is correct. The answer is wrong in the question. That is instead of which one 450, instead of 450, it is 1,200. Instead of 800, instead of 300, it is 800, and instead of 250, it is 500. So see, 6,000 is the total number of this one application, isn't it? Then 6,000 is the total number of application, and 3,500 is the marked application. Instead of 5,000, 3,500 is the marked application. So how much? 6,000 minus 3,500. So 2,500. See, 1,200, 800, and 500. So 2,500. Clear? So please have a look at this today's portion. What is partial underwriting without firm underwriting? Only need to take care of this. What is that? Gross liability that is given in the question or in the proportion we need to take it. And from that marked application to be deducted, then the net liability will arise. That is partial underwriting without the firm underwriting. So please have a look at these, and I'm going to wind up today's session. Thank you for the day, and please clear the doubts as and when arises. Thank you for that.